The second you embrace being embarrassing, the second you let yourself go from cringe culture, is the moment you are free, and it is also the moment you reach your potential. I feel like every person who's out there who has made something other than like scientifically, just like socially made something, at some point had to share something that they were embarrassed about. They had to to be able to show that you are human to other people. You need to share something that is vulnerable for you, and usually that vulnerability is related to embarrassment. Like, if I'm sharing something that was embarrassing that happened to you, that cringed me, or I was the one being cringy, even though that action, like the thing that happened in the past, will also make you feel embarrassed and cringy, it will also connect us, in a human level. Because being human is embarrassing. And also, embarrassing is fun. You cannot have fun, you cannot have stories to told if you're the one that is always the good, if you're the one that is always the best. To be able to tell stories, to be able to live stories and create stories, you need to let yourself go. You need to let yourself be cringy. You need to be, I don't know what's the right word to call it. She's so crazy, love her. Not in that level, but even that, to be honest. I mean, good for her. She is happy. But you cannot connect with other people if the only experiences you have in life are positive. So, to be able to connect with other people, to be able to connect with yourself, to be able to have fun and actually reach a form of freedom where you are even free from minds that do not exist, you need to embrace it. When you embrace being embarrassing, when you embrace being cringy, when you embrace things that make you happy, that give you some sort of satisfaction, might not be the optimal things, might not be the most pretty things to be happy about, that is when you will actually be happy. That is when you will actually be funny to yourself and have fun. You cannot have all these things at once. You to be able to get to a state where you are like to be able to get to a state where you are comfortable. You don't even need to be like fully content and like really happy and fight for it, but to be able to get to a state where you are comfortable just standing in a crowd, you need to get embarrassed once or twice in your life. You need to be a bit cringy. You need to have people out there in the world that you know wouldn't like you. For example, for me, for a really, really long time, and even now, there are things that I like, my hobbies and all these things, and I know a lot of people will find them embarrassing or cringy. And if I let those be the reasons as to why I let go of all of these, I don't want to call them passions, but they are kind of tiny passion projects. If I let that happen, then I also wouldn't be me. I wouldn't have any character. I would be just a plain page. For someone to be interesting, in my opinion, for me to be able to see someone as interesting, they need to have some qualities about them that at least, even if you don't call it cringy, you can say a bit weird, you can say a bit odd. For someone to feel human, interesting, and for someone to like in celebrity culture, for someone to feel close to me, they need to be a little bit embarrassing, because that's what makes life fun. So honestly, embrace being embarrassing, because at the end of the day, who cares? Who cares?